Hello and welcome to the Art Market podcast. I'm here today with Kathy Emmett from Dear Emma Designs. Hello Kathy, how are you?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your company and what you do.
I basically design and make quite a small range of personal accessories and homeware using sort of old, sometimes sort of vintage fabrics and new fabrics, but then I sort of embellish them with freehand machine embroidery design. So it works well. It's basically like drawing with your sewing machine, and so I design the images and then apply them onto a product. So it's good. It's really a really nice creative way of drawing, really, which suits me.
How long did it take you to get to your signature style? Did you develop that at university, or what is the background? What is the training behind what you've done?
Well, really, I did a product design and engineering degree 100 years ago, which I suppose, in thinking back, it probably taught me how to sort of make patterns, construction generally, usage, sort of ergonomics, and the more sort of scientific approach to design. But I am actually a self-taught sewing machinist, if you like, and I've been doing it for probably 20 years on and off. I was taught to sew by sort of my early relatives, and it's just something I've always done. And it wasn't until I had kids and was sort of at home being sort of really sort of frustrated, not being able to get on with anything creative, when they're very little, that I started to hatch a bit of a plan where I could potentially start a hobby. And as in many businesses, the hobby grew and grew and grew until by the time my kids started school full time, I'd had 3 or 4 years practicing, and then I sort of hit the ground running, really, and just went for it. So it was a bit of a leap of faith and made lots of mistakes along the way, but no, I don't think my early education played a lot in what I do now. I've always been quite creative, so I think I would have ended up doing something like this regardless, really.
So it's definitely been an organic process, hasn't it, for you?
Yeah, very much so. At the beginning, I had to literally learn how to sew, how to construct my own patterns, just how to use a sewing machine. The embroidery side of it just came as a matter of course, really.
So what inspires you in your work, and who inspired you as well?
It's not really personal people as such. I've always really enjoyed anything with lots of detail in it, be it sort of photography, drawing, anything, patterns, fabric, anything with lots of detail in. And I'm really interested in sort of showing the detail in a different way. So for me, it's about being inspired by colour and patterns, really. I know that sounds a bit sort of cliche, but for me, it's all about how colours combine and how I can bring something alive using thread, really. So rather than it being a particular person, it's more of a style that I kind of am interested in, really.
I think it's an incredible skill that you have, because I've seen it done well, for example, you, and I've seen it done quite badly as well. You hand draw with the machine, and it's brilliant. I think it's amazing, and especially now that I've learnt that you've taught yourself, it's even more impressive.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe I take it for granted that I have sort of taught myself how to do it, but I have taught other people how to do it on a sort of very local, friendly level. Yes, it is surprising how much they struggle at first. Traditionally, a sewing machine is just to be used, going forwards and backwards. It's not sort of traditionally used to go round and round in all sorts of different directions. So the main hurdle for somebody who's learning is to just let the machine do what it wants to do with your guidance, from your hand, really. But it is a very strange sort of feeling when you're doing it. But, it's just practice, like everything.
So what do you love most about what you do?
Coming up with the idea, like a tiny doodle on the back of my checkbook, or, something I've sort of noticed in one of my kids' books, or something somebody said to me, and taking it right through sort of the development process into the finished article. And I am quite confident in my sewing skills now. Now, I tend to know what designs are commercial enough to be quite good sellers, and which ones that I make sort of for a more specific market. So I love getting suggestions from other customers and taking them right through the process until they're actually buying a finished article. But I think most of all, and it's always been about sort of fitting in around the family life, is that it's something that I'm in control of, and I work when I can work, and I'm there sort of in the family environment at the same time. It's completely flexible, and I think for me that's the thing that I love about it the most is its flexibility, really.
I think that's the great thing about how our working life has changed, that we can actually do something of worthwhile to ourselves and make money, and also, you know, have a family as well, and nothing's getting sacrificed. And that's just been a brilliant transformation, I think. You think about how many people you know who are self-employed. There's a lot more than there ever has been, and that's just incredible how things have changed so much.
It is, but it does take a lot of self-discipline as well, which is something I've had to learn over time. You know, when I sort of go to work, go into the workshop, I have to be there pretty much all day and stick to a work sort of timetable and pretend I've got somebody breathing down my neck, really checking on what I'm doing, because otherwise I would literally just sit and go up out the window, because we overlook a few fields and there's lots of sort of wildlife. But it's taken me a while to get that discipline, but it really is worthwhile in terms of the financial side of it. If I work hard, you know, I can earn a decent amount of money. So it's great. It's really good.
I think that's a good skill to have, though, is to be self-disciplined and to kind of, like you say, think that there's the pressure. I mean, there's obviously pressure from stockists, I imagine, and all fairs that are coming up and things like that, and, you know, and also your customers. So there's always a pressure there, isn't there?
Yeah.
So what's your bestseller?
In terms of products, my bestsellers, I think at the moment, are probably my clasp purses, the small sort of under £20 pieces, so gadget cases and glasses cases, that sort of thing, brooches. Although saying that, the lampshades are doing really well, and they're sort of more higher end price bracket. But then in terms of the actual designs, I can't really get away from my blue kits, the wrens, dragonflies, camper vans, that sort of thing. They seem to be my sort of bread and butter designs, really, that keep me ticking over. And much as I kind of curse when I'm doing my 500th blue tit, they are still really popular. So providing that people keep buying them, you know, I'll keep making them. But I do have other designs that I sort of sneak out just for my own satisfaction, really, just to sort of tempt other customers in. But yeah, basically those are my top sellers, I'd say.
I love your lampshades. I absolutely love them. How did that collaboration happen?
Yeah, that was really interesting. It's just, again, out of the blue, a lady who trades under the name of Folly and Glee makes gorgeous lampshades from vintage barter cloth, which is quite unusual prints and colour combinations, and she was trying to extend her collection, really, and wanted somebody to do some freehand embroidery, and she had a couple of people she had in mind, and I was the one that sort of got there first, really. And yeah, just sent her a couple of pieces, or finished pieces, and she turned them magically into lampshades, and a few tweaks here and there. And yeah, we've had sort of 3-4 orders from them, you know, probably batches of 10, 20 in each batch. So yeah, they are doing very well. And I am working on a couple of other designs with the dragonflies, possibly, and maybe a house design, possibly for the art market if I can fit them in. But yeah, she's a really talented lampshade maker, and she's actually just finished a job for Jamie Oliver, one of his restaurants, as well.
That's amazing.
So that was really nice to see her work there. Yeah.
So what's your favourite piece of work?
My favourite at the moment is probably my street scenes, my big pictures, because it's something completely different to what I normally do. They came about from when I did my backboard. So when I do events, I have sort of backboards with a street scene on, and they were a combination of ink and watercolour and then fabric houses all in a long sort of row. And so many people had asked me, would I make these to sell? And obviously I said no at the time. So I deliberately made myself some time over the summer. I'll just have a week where I'm just focusing on this. And I've just started doing them, and much as they take me a long time to make, I love doing every one of them because each one is so different and I can add so much detail into them. So yeah, they're my favourite things at the moment, and I'm actually working on a series for the art market on the 10th and the 11th of November, so I should hopefully have about 4 or 5 finished for that event.
I'm so excited. Every time I speak to any of the artists that are coming to the art market, they're like, oh yeah, and we're going to bring this. Oh, and this is new. We're going to bring this. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Everyone's doing something special, and it's so nice.
I think we have to, though, as makers, we always have to have something different because it keeps our sort of creative juices going, really. We're always sort of moving on to something, slightly different. So,
and I think the art market has got such a good community, and you kind of are supported by the artists, and you kind of pushed as well by the artists because the standard is so high. It's a nice atmosphere, but you also kind of, like you say, you feel that you don't feel that pressure, but you kind of want to do. You're inspired by it, and you want to do something different and bring something new, which is great. So it's the 10th Art Market, which is fantastic. Well done to the Art Market team. What are you looking forward to the most about the event?
Oh, every time I get accepted at the Art Market, and I think this is my 4th time, I just feel absolutely delighted. It's just a fantastic event, and I never take it for granted that I'm going to get in, even though each event I've done, it's been really well, and I've sold loads of my work. I never assume I'm going to get in the next time, so I'm really looking forward to just being involved again, just the atmosphere, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing all the new exciting pieces that people are bringing to the event. And there are some really clever people, and when they all sort of come together under one roof at the Art Market event, I'm in heaven, really. I just wander around and just admire everybody's work. It's fantastic. But saying that, I do have a bit of a soft spot for ceramics, so I'll be on the hunt for some interesting ceramics, I think.
Do you save up money like I do for it?
What I tend to do, what I like to try and do, is see if I can do a swapsy.
Yeah.
With the makers, if they sort of show any interest over my work and it's mutual, then we'll try and negotiate a swapsy. So, yeah, it usually works.
Have you got any exciting news to share that's coming forward?
My exciting news is that hopefully I get to do it all again next year, another sort of January to December, a year of sewing is my exciting news, really. It's just fantastic that, I can make a small and meagre living from this. So no especially exciting news.
Well, I think everything that you've said is exciting, like the lampshades, the new designs, everything's exciting, really, isn't it, in your world? And I think exactly the fact that you get to do what you love is just, it's a bonus, and it just fits into your lifestyle, and and it's working for you, and I think that's great.
So, I've no sort of, celebrity connections. Nobody wants me to work for them.
Not yet. It will come forward, don't you worry.
Although I did do quite a big order for Christy Ackroyd from BBC Up North, so that was
Did you? That's good. Yeah. She's a celebrity. Oh, well, thank you so much for the interview, and I look forward to seeing you on the 10th and the 11th of November at the art markets.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. If you would like to know more about the art market, go to www.artmarkets.co.uk. The next art markets are on the 3rd and the 4th of November and the 10th and the 11th of November. All the information is on the website, and the venue is Holmfirth Indoor Market. We look forward to seeing you there. Thank you for listening.